The easy part of the pullback is over. Now things could get tricky. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so for the past couple weeks, I've been telling you that as long as we're above support, the bulls are in control and can push higher. But when support breaks, we should see a strong, fast drop because we are dropping out of a diagonal, and those sell off very quickly. And that's exactly what we saw. Over the last 2 days, the market has dropped almost 3.5%, and we are down in that 4,100 region that we've talked about. Now things get very tricky as there are several paths we can take, and they all look very similar at the start. I'll get into that in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so this is my favorite part of having this group that I have, and it's teaching people. You can see on the screen the market was down over 2% today, and he increased his balance by 5% because we knew once support broke, this sell-off was coming, and we were able to trade it appropriately. Teaching people to understand market dynamics and keep emotion out of the market is very important to being a successful trader. If you want to know more about that, stay tuned for later in the video, but for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 30-minute futures chart. And before I jump in, I know a lot of you want a big picture update, and believe me, I want to give you one. The issue I have right now is that Elliott Wave Theory is predicated on using structures to predict targets. And with the pullback off the January high going deeper than we expected and breaking key support levels, we're kind of in this no man's land of, are we going to go back to 5,000 plus, or are we mired in this bigger corrective period that's going to go deeper towards 3,300 or even lower than that and last a lot longer? And so we're waiting for the market to give us a little bit more information so that we can provide a big picture update. Okay, now for the chart, guys, we have several different paths here actually, and several of them look the same. So let's talk about the 3 paths to the upside, and then we'll talk about the 1 path to the downside. So our 3 potentials to the upside, okay, are that we're still in wave 3 down because we had a pretty straight shot here and no real structure. And remember, in diagonals, that can be a problem. They tend to not give you the structure you normally see. And in this case, so far, we've got an A, B, and a C wave that is well extended past its normal target. And you may not get a full 4-5 like you normally would because of how diagonals sell. So it's very difficult and tricky right here. But the first path would be we get a bounce in 4 up towards 41.95 and then get a wave 5 down towards 40.97. That would be the more traditional route where we would see a better structure in the move down and see the bounce that we would normally get. Okay, so if that's the case, we would look for that wave 4 up, as I said, to 41.95 and then move down towards 40.97. Our second path to the upside is that they've completed all of this C wave and we don't get the 4-5 structure we're looking for, and that they try to bounce this up in a B wave, in which case it'll look exactly like this wave 4 as it gets started. Okay, it'll come up to that 382, 41.95 area, then it'll start down because you get an A, B, and then a C up to the 618, 764 area, which would be 42.30 to 42.57. And so that would look very similar to this wave 4 because you'd move up to the 41.95 area and start to fall again and then reverse it very sharply in a wave C up towards that 42.30 to 57 area. And then the third path to the upside is that we've fallen enough technically to complete all of this wave 4. Okay, we haven't quite gotten to the 382, but this counts as a wave 4 right here if it stops and goes up. And so we could see an A, B, C up and 5 towards 4,400. And remember, wave 5 will be an A, B, C if we get it, because we are tracking a diagonal, and all of the waves in a diagonal are 3 wave sets, which means they're A, B, C waves. Okay, so what we're looking at is 3 potentials to the upside. You got the 4-5 potential where it goes up to 41.95 and then falls back to 40.97. You have the wave B potential where it goes up to 41.95, then falls down a little bit, then bounces back up towards 42.30 to 42.57. And then you have the wave 5 potential where we're done with all the down move and you get an A, B, C up towards 4,400. So on the up move bounces, you have to be very careful and kind of watch for when they break key support on the way down to know if they're going to be able to continue down in wave 5 or if they're going to hold support and bounce up in this B wave. The down path would be we continue to accelerate further down in this A wave and come down towards this 40.26 area in a very direct move, and then bounce up in B. Okay, actually it'll be a little higher here. Then bounce up in B and then down in C towards this 38.67 area. So even if we get the accelerated down move to this A target, it doesn't mean that the wave 4 is dead, okay? Because again, diagonals can move very directly straight down, and this could just take a straight path towards 39.50, find a support there, and then give us the ABC back up in 5 towards 4,400. That gives us the 5 waves up. So this is why it gets tricky, because there are a lot of options that we can follow here, and very many of them look the same, okay? But those are the main paths that we're following, that 4-5, okay, that B wave, that wave 5, and then a more direct move down towards this A wave. All right, over on the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq's a little bit different, as it has reached its 382 retracement, which again is a common wave 4 target. So this could have been all of wave 4 in an extended C wave as we see it, and we could see this bounce up in 5 towards that 14,000 level. But again, you have the same types of setup here, where you have the wave 4 bounce up here towards 13,142, and then wave 5 down a little bit lower, down here towards this 12,720 area. You also have the B wave bounce, especially since we hit the 382. You could see that where we come up to that 13,142, get a B wave down, and then C up towards that 13,308 to 13,410 area for a B wave, which would also look similar to this wave 4. And then it's possible that this is the bottom, since we have reached the 382 and we get an A, B, C up towards that 14,000 directly. And you would see a bigger move up than the 382 here at 13,142. So if they move up and break 13,142 and 13,225, if they break those two levels, okay, then it's more likely we're in that A, B, C up towards 14,000. And they can, of course, sell it down directly. And remember, we do have all the way down here to the 12,260 area, 12,250, 260 area that gets into this wave 1 top. And that can be a direct move down to that level, and then we break up higher in wave 5. So again, just like on the ES, a lot of options here. So we're kind of sitting on our hands now. We had a very successful trade over the last few days, made well over 100% on a swing trade, and did very well. So right now we're going to sit on hands and wait for our next setup, depending on how this plays out. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. All right, there's a link down in the description, and that will take you right over to the website. Once you get over there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there, I want you to love it, and I want you to become part of this trading family, where we educate and teach you guys how to become great traders as a team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. All right, in our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months. That's a little less often than a day trading room trade. So if you are looking for day trading, as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He structures the trade to get you in very cheap and get you very big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's kind of unique. That's another reason we give you that trial to check it out, because we want you to make sure it's for you before you spend your money. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account and trades it using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so that we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. A lot of paths, and they're all going to look similar, so it's a bit tricky right now. We could get this 4-5 set up. We could get this B wave, C wave set up down here towards 39.50, and we could get this wave 5 move higher up here towards 4,400 directly, as we are deep enough to technically fulfill that wave 4 pullback. Okay, we could also directly move down. So right now, guys, this is the hard part of the pullback. This is where we want to see more information from the market, find out where we're at in the pattern, and then set up our next trade. Over on the Nasdaq, same setup, just a little deeper. They've already hit the 382 on the Nasdaq, so we could get that 4-5 down here towards that 12,670 area. We could also get that B wave up towards the 13,400 area, and we could also get that direct move higher in 5 towards 14,000. And then finally, we could get a more direct selling down towards this 12,300 area to give us a more direct route down and possibly give us this bigger B wave down. All right, guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.